Hi, I'm TJ Campbell. I'm the Tire Information and Testing Manager at the Tire Rack, and this is TJ Talking. This is where we have an opportunity to talk to industry experts about tires. Today, we have Merritt Gilbert from Bridgestone North America here. Merritt, why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Hi, TJ. So I'm Merritt and I am at Bridgestone. I currently lead the marketing department for the consumer replacement business, which means I'm focused on product marketing. So we work very closely with the product planning team to bring these tires to market.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Very happy to have you. And let's talk about Potenza Sport. Now, this is a max performance summer tire, which in our world, these are the flagship performance tires for a brand. There may be, something more niche that's faster in the dry, or there may be something that lasts longer. But as far as summer performance tires, this represents the pinnacle of the manufacturer's technology for dry traction, for wet traction, for refinement on the road. So these tires are a very big deal. With that in mind, can you tell us just a little bit of the benchmark performances that you had in mind when introducing or when developing Potenza Sport?
Yes, you're exactly right. So for Potenza Sport, we already had, the Potenza S04 pole position in market. So this is an upgrade. And what we really wanted to upgrade was wet performance. Our team in Europe developed this tire to ensure that we still had all the other performance where dry, but also making that improvement in wet for Potenza Sport.
Awesome. And like you said, the tire was developed in Europe. With that in mind, did Bridgestone have North American competitor tires in mind? I mean, we know the big names in max performance summer in North America. Were those on the radar during the development of this tire?
Oh, definitely. We had two major competitors in mind, and we worked really closely with the Europe team to develop this tire. As you know, with like a touring tire, different markets might have different targets that we're trying to address. But with this performance summer tire, the things that we were looking for, responsive handling, wet performance, dry, just overall ride and feel, were very similar across Europe and America and what we were needing.
Sure, understood. And we have tested the tire. We put it up against probably those two big names that you were thinking of while it was developed. And one thing that you'd mentioned was steering responsiveness. You cannot drive Potenza Sport without commenting on the steering of that tire. It is lightning fast, it is precise, it is just the cliched, extension of the driver's body sort of feeling. You think about changing directions and it does. Was that something that was a key focus of the tire?
Oh, yes. In responsiveness and how things, you get responsive when it's steering, it's very subjective, right? So when we developed this tire, we actually brought in an ex-Formula One racer so that, he could be our expert on how does this feel? How do we ensure that the Potenza Sport has amazing responsive handling and it just feels like, as you mentioned, an extension of the driver? And so I think we accomplished it by bringing in this expert driver to ensure we were hitting all of our desired objectives for the tire.
Understood. Yeah, that's Stefano Modena is who you're referencing. He's been here several times, worked with him and, driven the tire on our track. Now, Potenza Sport, it was developed in Europe. It's a global product, so it's available in multiple markets across the world. Were there any compromises that you feel were made, being that it's a global product? Is there anything that you wish could have done this better or developed this a little bit more had it been developed specifically for North America?
TJ, there isn't anything. We were so closely connected on the development of this tire that the needs of the American market were part of the development. So as I mentioned, making sure we had wet improvement, not only in responsive handling, dry, and overall ride and feel of the tire were exactly what the other markets were looking for as well. And we did see improvements, especially in wet, through the development of this tire.
Okay, so even though it was developed by the European team, it was developed kind of hand in hand with an eye towards the needs of North America, Europe. I mean, really, there's just nothing, wear or ride quality or anything that doesn't really or didn't really align during the development of the product?
No, and honestly, you would think so. Usually you're making a trade-off, right? Especially when you're looking for wet performance, you usually get a trade-off in wear. We do have specific size needs in the American market. So we have 83 sizes that are available with the Potenza Sport, because we developed the S04 pole position in 2011. So this has had a really long life cycle. And one of the reasons we needed to upgrade beyond wet performance was making sure we had the right size needs to develop and hit on today's car park. The car park has changed a lot in 10 years. So we needed to have wider tires and higher rim diameter to be able to fit the needs of our market now and really get on those sports cars and even some sporty CUVs and SUVs.
Right. Undoubtedly, the size lineup for an 11-year-old product line versus a current product line is going to be very little overlap. Was there any thought toward electric vehicles with the development of Potenza Sport?
There wasn't a lens towards that with the Potenza Sport. We, of course, have a lot of development going on towards EV. We just had a need in the market today. As you mentioned, it's been 11 years. And we really let ourselves lag in the performance summer category, and we wanted to be back. Potenza Sport really gets us back in the conversation and really leading in performance summer.
Well, just one final question in your words for our viewers. Just kind of give the elevator speech. This is your wheelhouse. You are the marketer. So just give us the brief synopsis for people that are considering Potenza Sport. What it does, how it will improve their life.
Oh, I think this tire is such a great tire. If you want to go out and either enjoy your just commute to work and really have great grip on the road, or if you're spending the weekend riding around on back roads with friends and you just want to enjoy the ride, this tire will do that for you no matter rain or shine. Potenza Sport has really brought us back into this market, and we are so excited about its performance.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Merritt, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. I'm sure everybody's going to love all the insider information on Potenza Sport. And again, we just appreciate you.
Thank you, TJ. It's been a pleasure.